Welcome back to our channel. Today is a beautiful, thrilling day to dive into the most explosive, heart-stopping drama daytime television has to offer. The battle lines have been drawn, the secrets are spilling out, and the power dynamics in Los Angeles are shifting in ways no one could have ever predicted. Grab your favorite drink and brace yourselves for the ultimate showdown, because the stakes have absolutely never been higher. The beach house door flies open with the force of a hurricane, shattering the tense, suffocating atmosphere in the room. A shadow falls over the threshold, and the temperature instantly drops. Darcy Dillon has officially touched down in Los Angeles, and she has not come to play games. This is the exact moment of no return. The days of the Forrester and Logan matriarchs pushing people around without consequence are officially over. A new apex predator has entered the arena, and the collision course is set for absolute, unmitigated destruction. Inside the beach house, the morning air is thick with venom and hostility. Katie Logan Spencer is on a ruthless, unyielding warpath. She has cornered Melissa Dillon, her eyes flashing with a dangerous, elitist fury. Katie is unleashing a relentless barrage of insults, branding the young woman a cheap gold digger, a desperate social climber, and a toxic rebound for her precious son, Will. Katie is wielding her billionaire status and her Logan legacy like a weapon, fully intending to crush Melissa's spirit and drive her out of Will's life forever. Melissa stands her ground, her jaw clenched, absorbing the vicious verbal assault. But just as Katie prepares to deliver her final, crushing blow, the entire dynamic of the room is violently upended. Enter Darcy Dillon. She steps into the beach house with the fierce, unapologetic energy of a woman who has survived wars and is more than ready to start a new one. Darcy does not hesitate. She does not cower in the presence of the great Katie Logan Spencer. She marches directly into the line of fire, placing herself squarely between Katie and her daughter. The sheer magnitude of Darcy's presence sucks the oxygen right out of the room. Katie's self-righteous tirade comes to a screeching, humiliating halt as she finds herself staring into the cold, calculating eyes of a mother who will burn the city to the ground to protect her own. Darcy wastes absolutely no time exchanging pleasantries. She launches into a razor-sharp, brutal counterattack that leaves Katie completely reeling. Darcy's voice is steady, laced with a dangerous calm that is far more terrifying than any screaming match. She looks Katie up and down, dissecting the Logan sisters' arrogant facade piece by piece. Katie attempts to regain control of the situation, puffing up her chest and demanding to know who this woman thinks she is. But Darcy just smiles. A chilling, predatory smile that signals the beginning of the end for Katie's perceived superiority. Then Darcy goes straight for the jugular. She does not just defend Melissa. She launches a catastrophic, precision strike attack on Katie's own turbulent, tear-soaked past. Darcy weaponizes the name Bill Spencer, hurling Katie's most painful, humiliating history right back into her face. Darcy coldly and methodically lists the countless times Katie allowed herself to be dragged through the mud by the Spencer patriarch. She paints a vivid, brutal picture of Katie's own toxic relationship dynamics, exposing the sheer, unadulterated hypocrisy of a woman who dares to lecture anyone else about love, loyalty, or gold digging. Katie is left completely and utterly paralyzed. Her mouth falls open in sheer shock. The wealthy, powerful media mogul is suddenly stripped of her armor, standing defenseless against a woman who clearly knows exactly where all the bodies are buried. Darcy's words hit like physical blows, each syllable designed to inflict maximum psychological damage. Katie realizes, with a sinking, terrifying feeling in the pit of her stomach, that she has made a catastrophic miscalculation. She expected to swat away a helpless young girl. Instead, she has awakened a sleeping giant. Darcy steps even closer, invading Katie's personal space, her eyes locked onto Katie's in a deadly game of dominance. Darcy swears, with a chilling, unwavering conviction, that Katie will pay dearly for every single tear she has caused Melissa to shed. This is not a simple warning. It is a blood oath. Darcy declares that the days of the Logans running roughshod over anyone who gets in their way are finished. She promises to make Katie's life a living nightmare if she ever dares to speak to Melissa that way again. The tension in the room is so thick it could be cut with a knife. A vicious, no-holds-barred war has officially been ignited between the Dillon and Logan families, and Darcy has just fired the devastating opening shot. Meanwhile, across town, a completely different kind of psychological warfare is unfolding in the dimly lit, quiet corners of Il Giardino. Deacon Sharp sits alone, nursing a drink and drowning in a suffocating ocean of heartbreak. The devastating reality of Taylor Hayes rejecting his heartfelt, romantic marriage proposal is tearing him apart from the inside out. He thought they had a future. He thought he had finally found a woman who loved him enough to build a life together. But the bitter sting of her rejection has left him vulnerable, exposed, and bleeding emotionally. From the shadows, a familiar, dangerous figure slithers into view. Sheila has been watching. She has been waiting. And the moment she learned that Taylor said no to Deacon's proposal, she knew her golden opportunity had finally arrived. Sheila does not miss a beat. She approaches Deacon's table with the smooth, calculated grace of a predator closing in on wounded prey. She does not offer sympathy. She does not offer comfort. She offers pure, unadulterated poison, perfectly disguised as the bitter truth. Sheila sits across from her ex-husband, a wicked, triumphant smirk playing on her lips. She wastes no time rubbing salt deep into his open emotional wounds. Sheila drops a devastating, earth-shattering truth bomb right into the center of Deacon's fragile psyche. She mocks his naive belief that Taylor was simply afraid of commitment. Sheila leans in close, her voice dripping with venomous sarcasm, and tells Deacon that Taylor is not marriage-shy in the slightest. She just does not want to marry a man like him. Deacon tries to defend his relationship. He tries to push back against Sheila's toxic narrative, insisting that Taylor's rejection does not mean she doesn't love him. But Sheila is relentless. She is a master manipulator, and she knows exactly which buttons to push to completely dismantle Deacon's self-worth. Sheila weaponizes the ultimate ghost of Taylor's past, Ridge Forrester. She forces Deacon to face the harsh, undeniable reality of Taylor's marital history. Sheila slowly, deliberately counts the number of times Taylor has eagerly, joyously walked down the aisle to pledge her life to Ridge. She paints a vivid picture of Taylor's endless, desperate devotion to the Forrester patriarch, contrasting it brutally with her hesitation and ultimate rejection of Deacon. Sheila's words are like daggers, slicing through Deacon's defenses. She makes it agonizingly clear that in Taylor's eyes, Deacon will never be Ridge. He will never be the great love of her life. He is nothing more than a temporary placeholder, a convenient distraction to keep her bed warm while she inevitably pines for the man she truly wants. The psychological attack is devastatingly effective. Deacon's posture crumbles. The light fades from his eyes as the toxic seeds of doubt take root in his mind. He tries to shake off Sheila's words, but the logic is too twisted, too painfully accurate to ignore. Sheila watches the realization wash over his face, her smile widening into a mask of pure, predatory triumph. She has successfully fractured his trust in Taylor. She has created the perfect, gaping chasm in his heart, and she is more than ready to step right back into it. Sheila's manipulation is a masterclass in emotional destruction. She doesn't just want to hurt Deacon. She wants to completely isolate him. By tearing down his belief in Taylor's love, she is positioning herself as the only woman who has ever truly accepted him, flaws and all. She is reminding him of their shared history, their dark, twisted bond that no one else could ever possibly understand. The trap has been set, the bait has been taken, and Deacon is spiraling rapidly downward into Sheila's waiting arms. The escalating stakes in Los Angeles are reaching a boiling point that threatens to consume everyone involved. Darcy Dillon is a force of nature, a fierce, uncompromising mother who will stop at nothing to secure her daughter's place and destroy anyone who stands in her way. Katie Logan Spencer is facing an unprecedented threat to her power and authority. caught completely off guard by a woman who refuses to play by the rules of the billionaire elite. The impending clash between Darcy and Elektra Forrester is also looming on the horizon, promising even more explosive confrontations and shocking twists. On the other side of the city, Sheila is executing a flawless, terrifying scheme to reclaim the man she refuses to let go. Her ability to exploit Deacon's deepest insecurities and weaponize Taylor's past is a chilling reminder of just how dangerous she truly is. Deacon is standing on the edge of a precipice, his heart broken and his mind poisoned by Sheila's toxic whispers. The fallout from these two massive, seismic events will undoubtedly send shockwaves through the entire canvas, altering alliances, destroying relationships, and leaving a trail of absolute devastation in their wake. Every single moment is driving the plot forward at breakneck speed. There is no time to breathe, no time to recover before the next bombshell drops. Darcy's arrival has fundamentally changed the landscape of the Logan Spencer dynamic, introducing a wild card that Katie cannot control. Sheila's strategic emotional strike has severely compromised Deacon's future with Taylor, opening the door for a catastrophic reunion that will horrify everyone in their orbit. The tension is palpable, the drama is sensational, and the consequences will be permanent. What will Darcy do next? And will Deacon fall back into Sheila's deadly trap? Share your theories below and subscribe for the next breakdown.